So today we're going to be testing the IAT 300 REC desiccant dehumidifier. We're going to be training on airflows. We're going to be training on the heaters, troubleshooting, some pressure switch settings, and some safety settings. The purpose of this video is to try to raise our education of our equipment for our team members, but also be able to send this external to our customers as well in efforts to bolster their education and bolster their ability to maintain and operate their pieces of equipment. We have a number of measuring devices. We've got the Visala temperature and humidity measuring device. We've also have a voltmeter and amp probe, and then we have a flathead screwdriver and a small Phillips head screwdriver for adjustments of settings and pressure switches. So the first thing that we want to make sure that we have is proper power installed to the unit. So we've got, in this situation, we've got a 480 volt system, 40 volt 3-phase. That is high voltage, so we absolutely want to appreciate the power and make sure that we do not make any movements or any kind of actions that could put us in danger of being electrocuted. So with that being said, it is powered up. We do not have the disconnect thrown yet, but what we want to do is double check that every one of these terminals is not only fastened to where it will not slip out, but with one hand only reach in there and physically tighten these up to where it will not slip out of the terminal. With the power off, you're always going to want to do a double check and make sure that the terminals do not slip out or loose, have the potential to come loose and short out later on. This lid switch right here located on the top panel is designed as a safety disconnect switch to safe the equipment in the event the top lid comes off. So this switch right here, as the top lid is installed, compresses and allows the 480 volts to go into the unit, and therefore you can operate the unit. One thing I should point out, before I throw the breaker, the main power on, we always start with every one of the circuit breakers in the off position. Last thing we want to do is send power throughout the entire system all at once. So from a safety standpoint, we like to start off working systematically through the system one by one. Now that we have power, we want to double check that we have the proper power. So with your AC voltmeter, turn it to the AC volt setting, which is the capital V with the curved AC indicator line. This would be an indicator of volts DC. So we want to set it on that since we've got 480 volt AC. So in this situation, we will measure between L1 and L3 and make sure that we've got 480. In this situation, we've got 495 volts. We also will measure between L2 and L3 carefully. And we should also have 495, 496 volts. Now that we've got power, we can now turn on the single pole breaker as well as the 2-pole breaker for the transformer. So now that we have the 2-pole and the single pole breakers on, we can now initiate power to the system, which we will do so by turning this 3-position switch to the on position. If I was to turn it to the auto position, we need to have an external run relay or an external run command from the customer. So in the auto command, if I was to turn it into the auto command right now, nothing would happen due to the fact that I do not have a run command from the customer. This is great if they're using a humidistat inside of the space to control humidity. They can turn the dehumidifier on and off. If I was to turn it to the on position, this is a manual or a hand operation mode, and in that situation the dehumidifier runs continuously no matter what.